Hey everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I wanted to take just a few minutes of my time and yours and do a little product advertisement. This is not a paid advertisement, this is just because I love the product so much, and that product is Terro Ant Killer. This stuff is really amazing. We live in an old place and we have issues with ants. Maybe you guys know what that's about. Maybe you have ants. Maybe you don't. Maybe you think it's gross that we have ants. Maybe you think we're dirty people, like those folks off Hoarders on that show. And we just have crap everywhere, and we just bring in ants and dogs and chickens and alligators, and that's just how we live. But it's not. We're clean people. We just deal with ants. So if you don't, well then forget you. But this is for the ant people out there. So anyway, so we have an ant problem. And we're always looking for a good way to kill the little buggers, no pun intended. And I find the best way to kill them to be the good old thumb squash technique. I find it to be effective. However, as the number of ants multiplies, it does become difficult to constantly be mashing bugs. Plus, over time, it kind of gets gross when you eat. You think about how many creatures you slaughtered that day with your fingers, and I don't know, that's just gross. So anyways, so Terro Ant Killer, as you can see, it's got these little tabbies up here on the top, and we've used most of them. But what you do is you just tear a tab off, then you take out the delicious, sugary, poisony goo, and you squirt it on a tab, and then you set it where the ants like to chill. And one of them finally gets the guts to say, hey, I'm going to try that. You know, we eat everything else. Why not we try that? That smells like sugar. And they do, and they try it, and they love it. They fall in love. And they go and tell all their friends, the humans have changed their ways. They now love us. They feed us. They've invited us and embraced us into their home. And so they go back, and it's actually kind of weird. The first time we tried this stuff, the ant problem, initially gets worse. The reason being, they go back to their home, and they say, guys, he's not mashing us with his thumb anymore. In fact, he's feeding us. Come on. So they all make the trek, and we live 2 stories. We live up high, so they have to climb up the side of the building, and they bust it, and it's like, for ants, that's like a year-long journey or whatever. They get up here, and they finally make it, and then the delicious pond of wonderfulness is waiting for them, and they enjoy it, and they eat it, and have a great time. But little do they know that as they journey back, they'll start to feel a little queasy. And then they die. I mean, let's don't beat around the bush. That's what happens. They die. And sometimes I feel bad about it, but not that bad. So it's alright. Oh, and this is the other cool thing about the Terro Ant Killer. Let's say that some of the guys in the home, they're like, we don't want to go up there. It's too far. That 20 feet, that's like 1,000,000 feet to ants. I don't want to make the journey. I'm kicking it at the home. And so they're like, cool, whatever, you stay here, we're going to go feast. So they go feast, and let's say they make it all the way back to the home. Once they have the goo on them, when they come in contact with other ants, it infects them. So it's really a very effective way to slaughter an entire village of creatures. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into murdering creatures, that got me. But anyways, if you're into that, Terro Ant Killer is for you. So now I'm going to show you the ant killer as it is. It's in stage 2. So stage 1 is it's in the bottle. Stage 2 is they're feasting upon it, and stage 3 is obviously it's killed them. So this is stage 2. This is the ants. When I put the phone close to them, they're probably not going to run away, and that's because they think that we're buddies now. Okay. And I'm just going to show you. It's kind of gross. If you're squeamish by seeing lots of little creatures, then you're not going to like this. But this is the ants on our kitchen counter experiencing phase 1 of their demise. Here you go. Oh, you little suckers have no idea. That's just kind of awful, really. They have no clue. Oh, man, I want you guys dead.